Okay. So it's here. Woohoo! So Mini is back in the garage, leaking everywhere, but don't worry. That is just water because it's absolutely pissing down outside. So first of all, got to try and find somewhere for this to go. But we have the AEM air to fuel ratio, which apparently is the quickest one on the market. I need it to be fairly accurate. I have already opened this to have a look, and so got this little beauty. A bit of wiring, a bit more wiring, and the bung for it to go in the manifold. But I'm actually not going to use this bung, so we'll just go that way. We're going to use the secondary O2 sensor. So basically what this is going to allow me to do is to make sure that the air to fuel ratio gauge is correct for the car with the base map with the 550cc injectors. It'll also allow me just to make sure that everything's running right in each gear, because I can just keep an eye on the air to fuel ratios throughout the whole procedure. So I'm going to get to fitting it, and you'll join me somewhere in between jobs. Okay, you've joined me pretty much near the end, but we've got it in. Essentially that's the wire there that I've run behind all the heat shields, and down at the back I've run it to essentially how OEM comes. I've then brought it up through here, underneath, and through the bung that you can't really see at the back there. It then comes up from underneath the dash. Here's the wires at the minute, and obviously I'm still waiting for the gauge pod or pillar holder or whatever you want to call it, so it's just sat there now waiting. I've just got to do some wiring. Wish me luck. So the good news is that it works, but I've got a boost leak and I don't really know what I'm going to do to fix it. I've got an idea, I think. So the intercooler is connected to the supercharger horns with these little rubbers, and I think that essentially I've stretched the rubber a little bit from taking it on and off so much recently. So I'm going to go and get some heat-proof tape and tape it around the cold side of the intercooler so that the rubber mounts to it properly. So I'm going to go and get that tonight. Do that because at the minute I'm losing some boost and letting quite a lot of air in, out. Essentially it's not running as it should from the readings that I'm getting from the new gauge. So that's pretty much going to be tonight, wrapping that up, fitting it, taking it for a run, and then once I've taken it for a run again, I can start to tweak the map and really get the most out of it. So a bit to do yet, but we'll get there. We're almost finished, almost there. Quite excited to see what it'll do once it's running fully as it should. The run that you've seen just now with the AFR gauge was the day after. Obviously we are now on the day after, it's daylight, and that was with the boost leak, and it still pulled quite hard, and the time in advance that's been put in really I could feel it. It was like having VTEC again, so quite different. But now I've got to go and get the horses in, then take the dog for a walk, then go and get the tape, and then work on the car, which is going to be about 7:30, 8 o'clock probably. So I may not get a run out in it tonight, but hopefully by tomorrow it'll all be dialed in and definitely done. we'll just have to see. Alright, so I will see you in a little while. Probably wrapping that thing over there, which sits in front. So you can see where it's been leaking, and essentially it's been pushing it out. So this is the tape we're going to use. It's it's a heat-proof tape. It's very thin though, so I think I'm going to have to do a couple of layers, but I'll wrap it all around and make sure that it's dense. This side actually fits perfect, no leaks at all. So just the one side to do. Okay, so I think I'm almost done. So I've literally done, well, you can see, it's a bit of a mess, but I think I've done about 20 layers of it now. And it's made a difference. I don't know if you can see, there's not much of a lip there anymore. Which might be a bad thing, but I think, because that lip's pretty big, there is a small lip there. Not huge, but it should just help the rubber sit tight. I'm going to do one more layer because I've got one more piece sat there, and then that'll do. I fucking hate these things. So I think I'm done. Just checking everything to make sure it's tight. Whoever designed this fucking thing is stupid. Needs shooting. If you know who did this, don't shoot him. Just have a fucking go, because this is shit. But essentially what used to happen was this would move like mad. Well, now it's rigid as hell. So I can't see it coming out. It is tight on there. All four, which is what we want. So I think that's it. I'm gonna go take it for a test run. So also my boot's not been opening for a while, so I fixed that too. WD-40. Look at this boot lid, because we're a premium hot hatch. We've got clips and shitty little screws. Drive, no boost leak, woohoo! But now I've got to go and do a run, a third gear pull from 2k all the way to the red line. So that's where we're off now. Sounds so fucking good. Okay, here we go. Sorry if it's a bit shaky. Traction off. Hopefully there's not too much traffic. A little bit. There was a little bit of a hesitation. I don't know what that was about. These brakes are so good. I think I'm gonna go again. Okay, so no boost leak, no nothing. I have checked it. It held back a little bit then on that final run, but I just wanted to check that essentially this wasn't leaking again, and it's still solid. It's just cooling down. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I just sent a video off to Warwick. Warwick is pretty known in the mini world for doing some tunes, so he's going to be essentially fine tweaking everything now that he can see what the air to fuel gauge is doing all the way through the rev range, pretty much just in third, but we should build up as we go. But he's pretty happy. He says that the gauge is reading fine, everything looked great for the first tune that it's had. Basically is just the base map. So the base map at the minute is performing. That's it then. I'm gonna finish the video here. I'm gonna head off now and take the better half out, the boss out. So yeah, we'll catch you again on another time. Thanks for watching. See you again.